Welcome back to the Manor, folks. Julian McBain here, and this is my 28th Saturday vlog. So, I'm actually really glad I can play today, because the other night I went to get in. It was Thursday night I went to get in. Because of the amount of Final Fantasy I'm playing with my guild, I have not been able to play nearly as much Entropia lately, which is fine. I'm enjoying having the ability to spend time with my friends. We haven't been able to do it in months, but they were doing maintenance, so I couldn't play Final Fantasy. So I'm like, oh, I've got all night to play Entropia Universe. What's that? Oh, let's avoid those. Those are nope mobs at this point. I'm like, oh great, I have all evening to play. This is gonna be great. And wouldn't let me in. Oh, no, that's fine. I don't care. Or I should say, I was able to get into the world, kind of, but I couldn't actually access the server. So what would end up happening is I'd get in and I could see all the land, but the field that protects you for the first, like, I don't know, minute would never actually disappear despite being at 0 seconds, and then I couldn't, none of the mobs would spawn. Like, I walked all around Carnap's Landing, no mobs at all, which is kind of cool because I was able to see stuff, but at the same time, that wasn't the purpose of me trying to get into the game, so I was just really disappointed. Speaking of which, what we're going to be doing while I'm doing this vlog is hunting these Nimit Punies that I need for the continuation of our Epic Fat mission chain, which we're doing pretty good on. Glad to be getting back into that. So I just wanted to kind of review Mayhem and how I felt it went. Oh, this one won't count. That's okay. And what the future is going to bring. And I know I kind of discussed it during my longer Mayhem videos, but as I was doing Mayhem and as I was looking at what I wanted to do, I've kind of come up with a plan for what's going to happen and how that's going to happen. So that was a nice drop, though. So first with Mayhem. Mayhem went great. I got a boatload of skills. My mutant looter skill went up by a lot. Or profession, I should say. I got a lot more points than I did the last time. I think I topped out at like 28 or 2,900. I ended up in 31st place, which is better than I have been doing. Last time I was in like 50th. So still not good enough to consider myself competitive at Mayhem, but I'm definitely improving. That hurt. Let's not die. Sorry, I caught myself rolling over my own headset wire, and there's a disconnect in the middle of it. And I really didn't feel like losing all sound all of a sudden. But yeah, anyway, I felt it went really well. I ended up, ped-wise, I ended up breaking roughly even. Like, I think I was either up, I didn't do a full tally, but it was up or down like one ped. So you can't ask for better than that. And of course you get a whole crap ton of skills. My dog almost made level 10. You know, he's up to 80% XP. We started Mayhem. I think we were still at level 8 with him. I'll have to go back. Oh no, I can't because I didn't record the whole thing. I did a couple 1-hour vids. Found out what that was like. So overall, I really enjoyed the Mayhem. If I had the time to complete it, I would probably look at doing a second run. But I don't. And I don't like doing partials. And I do want to get back onto the Epic Fat mission chain, so I'm going to let it go. Coming up next, of course, will be Harvest. Or not Harvest, Migration. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That's, of course, not like Mayhem. For those of you who don't, who are in your first year in Entropia Universe, Migration is an overworld event, and I'll have to go back to Calypso for that because that's where it takes place. But the Longtooth, it's not the Longtooth migration. It's I can't remember what they're called. All I know is I'm not tough enough to take them yet. But anyway, there's a migration that goes on, and Longtooth are what I'm after. They're the lower level mobs that you can hunt. And I'm hoping to finish up my iron mission chain for them during this migration, which I think I'll be able to do. That shouldn't be an issue. I can take level 12s now without much difficulty. It's not like before where it was like, okay, I've got to heal through a whole bunch. I went through so much ped last migration. I finished off all the level 3 iron missions. Now I'm on, like, actually, I think I finished technically all the iron ones. I'm on the, like, the bronze. So you have to take the higher level, and I was not prepared to take level 12 and 14 last year. I am now. It still won't be the easiest, but at least now I can take them. Well, I've got the evade skills to be able to dodge a lot more of their hits. I've got the HP to weather more of their hits. You, again, are not the one I need. Why couldn't it just be Nimitz? I would cheerfully hunt level 11 Nimitz all day long. I also have a higher healing chip this time around. I was at level 2, I think, last migration. And now I'm at level 5. I know for a fact I'm ready for the level 6 chip. I don't have enough hit points to really justify it. Like, if I had 160 hit points, I'd definitely grab one, but right now I'm at 131 or 2. Oh, I broke 132. Look at that. You know, you add the ring that I'm wearing, that's 144. But it still doesn't warrant a level 6 chip. It would be 2 heals, which, yeah, that's awesome for the timing, and migration is what would make me consider it. But it doesn't... Overhealing doesn't do any good. Overhealing doesn't do any good, and what I want to avoid is overhealing as much as possible. Now again, with migration... No, Aomons. That's the name of the major creature, the Aomon migration. If I was hunting Aomons, then it would be a no-brainer. But I'm pretty sure I'm still not high enough level to hunt those efficiently. Now that I've turned over my first year as a content creator, and I'm in my, let's see, I started playing Entropia Universe in 17. Yeah, because it was the year I moved back to Vermont. December of 17, December of 18, yeah. So I'm in my second year playing Entropia Universe. I just started my second year as a content creator. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens. For those of you who haven't, who are new to my channel or have not seen some of the older ones, you can go ahead and check out some of my videos of the last migration. Please keep in mind, I did not have my tone down, and the audio equipment I was using was not as good as it is now, so please forgive me, but they are older videos. But I am looking forward to it. I used the Katsuichi Honor last time, and so... Okay, whatever. I accepted a certain amount of ped loss in exchange for making it through the iron mission and being able to do it. Which, actually, all told, I did alright. I didn't lose a whole lot. Like, I think I lost 50 ped total. On the entire iron chain. It might have been slightly more than that. Maybe 100. But still, that's... For using a highly inefficient... Well, the sword itself is technically efficient. I just don't have the skills for it to work at its peak efficiency. Even now, because it's preset for level 100. for a weapon of that nature, that's actually not bad. It's really not. And I didn't have amps or anything like that on it, which if I had, it would have helped a lot. Like now, I hunt amped up, right? I've got a level 4 melee trauma amplifier on this one, which I really need to trade out for the one, because these really aren't worth spending that kind of pet on. Unequip. Let's detach. Yeah, let's not burn through, because that's already got 100 pet off. I mean, I know it does more damage more quickly, but at the same time, I don't want to be burning through that much pet. I know that my skills are still a little soft for that amp. And these aren't going to loot as good as the Mayhem mobs did. I find that Mind Arc is far, far more generous with shrapnel than they are with any other loot. And I know that I'm on Cyrene right now, and Cyrene's fairly generous all the way around. But if I can save a couple ped, I'm going to save a couple ped right now, because I did go through a lot for my... I didn't go through a lot, but I cycled a lot. And so I don't want to run out of ped before the end of the month. I'm going to try to avoid depoting as much as possible next month, just to save up for migration. I mean, do I have it? Yeah, I have it. I wouldn't be playing if I didn't have it, because as much as I love Entropia Universe, I have my priorities, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of rambling on here. So let's get into my plans for the next year, now that we are into year 2 officially. In fact, yesterday was my anniversary as a tuber, as a YouTuber. So let's talk about plans for this year. So in this, I guess you could call it a fiscal year, even though I don't make any money, in this quote-unquote fiscal year, for Entropia Universe videos, I want to kind of diversify a little bit on what I do for content. And there's some like core videos that I think just about every Entropia Universe content creator makes that I have not made yet that would do me some good to put out there. One, for my own self-education, and two, so that I, you know, I can say that I've done it. So I am going to be doing some basic beginner videos, kind of an intro. I'm going to be doing it based here on Cyrene, because all of the ones I've seen are done on Calypso. I haven't even seen them done on Arcadia yet, which is kind of strange. But I haven't found all the Entropia Universe content creators either. So I will base them, of course, on my own experience. So I will more focus on melee than anything. There we go. Ah, you're not a puny, you're weak. Which is not the insult it sounds like in this case. So I know I've done like the intro to long blades. I'm also going to do like an intro to short blades. And although it's not my primary, I have used rifles pretty extensively now. So I'll probably do a video on that. I'll do a video on armor and when not to use armor. Sweating. I will probably do a video on sweating. That's something I don't see a lot of. I've never seen a video on sweating. That's what I'm going to have a little difficulty doing here on Cyrene, because I don't know where the good sweating grounds are, but I'll watch where the players that do regularly sweat do it, and I'll do it there. Your basic tutorials, but I'm not going to put those out every single... all in a row. So I think what I'm going to do is the next chain I'm going to do, I want to do the Epic Noob Quest. Which I know sounds kind of strange, but the Torellians put out a whole bunch of cool stuff if you complete the quest. So, Epic Noob mission chain comes after the Epic Fat mission chain, so that's what I'm going to do. And so that will be the next series, long series of videos. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it kind of in parts. One day a week you'll get the tutorial videos, one day a week it'll be Epic Noob mission chain. And I don't know how that one's going to look, so it might be constructed similar to the way I did the Epic Fat mission chain, or it might have a totally different construction. So it's just going to end up being how Creative Kingdoms decided to put it together. It's not even Creative Kingdoms, it's because Creative Kingdoms is kind of the mother company, but it's whoever Chris on Siren Forums actually works for. And I can't remember the name of that company off the top of my head. Therefore, I will look it up. Oops, that's Siren Secrets. It's like, it's digital something. They seem like a really chill company, actually. And they're based out of California and Thailand. Come on. Oh, Digital Scryers, that's it. Digital Scryers. And yeah, like I said, they're a pretty cool looking developer. I've seen some of the imagery they put out for Entropia Universe that they have not implemented in game yet, so I'm really optimistic that if they can put everything that it appears they want to into Entropia Universe, Siren's going to be freaking awesome. I do know that MindArc has rules regarding when you're allowed to put stuff out, and they are not quite where they need to be. The big thing that they need are players. So if you're just checking out Entropia Universe and you're watching this vlog, if you decide to join Entropia Universe, go to Siren Forum, you can Google search it, download the client from there rather than entropiauniverse.com, so that when you join the game, you start on Siren. Because you default automatically to Calypso. I wasn't given a choice of where to start, because actually my plan had been to start on Arcadia, and I ended up on Calypso. I'm not complaining, Calypso's awesome. But that was one thing that I found kind of frustrating, that they don't give you the option of where to start. You have to download the client from that planet partner. So, again, make sure you go to Siren Forum, download the client from there, become a Siren citizen when you start up, and give them a hand if you're going to play this game. The loot here is actually, in my opinion, it's better than on Calypso. I feel that the dailies really are useful to a new player. There aren't as many dailies on Toulon, but there's a lot more overall than on Toulon. Like Siren is small, especially in comparison to Calypso or Arcadia, but it's much larger than Toulon, and there's a lot less of a level gap between mobs, in my opinion. Now, I haven't done a huge amount of exploration there, but that's from what I've discovered, and I only spent a week on Toulon, and I really need to go back once they do the update for vehicles, because they're going to start allowing vehicles. The Nawa radiation is now gone. But the only thing, I didn't find a whole lot of story once you get the initial quest, and it was all dailies, which is fine, especially when you're starting out, because... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Thank you. But it wasn't what I was looking for at that point. So I explored it a little bit, and now I'm back on on Siren, which I have been here for... I think I've been here almost 2 months now. And it's my intent to stay here at least through migration. Or until So yeah, that's the plan. And again, wherever I'm at with those tutorial videos, I will stop for migration, and then I will come back to finish them. Migration is not optional in my opinion. I want to get those missions done, and I'm not willing to wait another year to do it. Alright, we are doing good. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about today. There is a part of me that's glad that I'm done with Mayhem. I love playing Mayhem, but this time of year it's kind of tough, which is why I wasn't originally planning on doing Mayhem. And of course you have to get the 10 hours done within like 2 weeks. And then Mind Arc was kind enough to extend it, which is great, but unfortunately if I had known there was going to be an extension, I wouldn't have cut the end of my time short the way I did. And I might have gotten, I probably would have gotten like another 250 points, which wouldn't have done me a whole lot of good. I mean, where did I wind up? Global instances, Mayhem 3. Scores. I was 31 last I checked. I am... Oh, wow. I got pushed down to 36 pretty quick. Now, if I was lucky, I'd probably be 34 right now. Unfortunately, I do not have time to do a whole nother full run because it ends on the 3rd. Which I know doesn't mean anything to Sweden, but in the United States we have the 4th of July weekend, which is the 4 days after Mayhem ends. And of course I would have a 4-day weekend after Mayhem ends, instead of during Mayhem. But it is what it is. There we go. I like how it like didn't notice me. It's like doo-dee-doo. The loot on these guys isn't bad. We're doing pretty good. At level 6, you do have the potential to global. I'm not sure if punies... I think you can global on a puny. You might not be able to global on a puny. I know level 6 you can usually global on, but there might be a lockout for punies. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever globaled on a mob that's marked puny. Okay, let's do this. Stop walking. There we go. Okay, digital scryers, do me a favor. Please move the target zone where we walk onto when the F key is hit from the midriff to the upper center torso. 1. It makes a lot more sense, and you are not the mob I needed to kill. 2, especially on like this mob, it makes sense because he's a lot taller, but on a human-sized mob, upper torso. But even then, with a gun, the reason it makes more sense is because that's where you'd actually aim. And it really stinks when I go to attack a mob and I can see his head, but it's aiming for the lower torso, so it makes me jump, run right up to him. It's like, no! Which, I have to admit, that's one of the advantages to this system, is that you can manually aim and fire. So if I need to aim higher, the hitbox is big enough to where I can still hit them if I'm aiming at their head. Some games aren't like that. If you're not aiming for the exact specific target point, using their automatic lock-on feature, you can't hit them. I'm gonna need some health. And I know for a lot of people, this is going a lot faster than it would for a lot of people because I'm a lot higher level than you normally do this mission on. But the skills you would gain for doing this mission are definitely worthwhile. Make sure you've got, well, you've got the FAP for the mission, so you can use that if you're using the FAP style or have your healing chip on you. Make sure you've got armor on. Don't try to, I mean, you can try to evade these guys, but I wouldn't recommend it. You're going to go through so much, you may not even be able to survive, because I know that this ghost is shrugging a lot of the damage off. So, okay, we're about to the end point, so we're going to kill 2 more mobs, and then we're going to call it. It's 1. I just want to make it to 100 mobs. 100 puny Nimitz out of the 250 I need in order to do the next stage in the mission, which will be for tomorrow's video. As soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to upload it. This will release in a little under an hour. That is Saturday morning. And then tomorrow, sometime today, I'm going to film tomorrow's vid as well. Okay. Drop my sleep near. And let's get a move on. Now, I kind of want to paint this sleep near, but I don't know what color I want it. I don't think they have indigo, which is actually my favorite color. I know, weird color to have as a favorite, and people are going to go, but that's just blue or that's just purple. No. It's indigo. When one side looks blue and the other side looks purple, it's indigo. I know, I'm weird. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. If you are new, please subscribe. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers. I can't do it without your help. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your support. You all have a wonderful day.